Greetings, I greet you in the name of our Father, Mother God. I am light, I send you my light. I'm love, I send you my love. I'm peace, I send you my peace. I'm gratitude, I send you my gratitude. The divine in me greets the divine in you. Before we start today's reading from the Ashtar command, I ask you kindly to make a conscious breath by imagining inhaling in light and exhaling out darkness or unknowingness. Let's do it together. Inhale light, exhale out darkness. Inhale light, exhale out darkness. Inhale light, exhale out darkness. I'll keep on reminding you that you do not come here to work for heaven. Your true self, your higher self sits in heaven. But when you were born in this world controlled by the dark controllers, you were deceived that you came here to work for heaven. But in reality, your true self sits in heaven. Our parents are holy and they create holy beings. So you came here to bring heaven on earth. Discover the divinity in you. Greetings from the Ashtar command. This is a topic that is literally tends to tie knots in people's mind, especially those who have not yet allowed themselves to open up to new horizons. As expected, as you advance in love and fraternity, you can then dive into what are called mysteries. There will be a fusion of metaphysics with quantum physics in such a way that you will be drawn into a single multidimensionality where the most ardent ideas about life and reality are broken. Understanding the world as it is, or is seeking a higher perspective on things without necessarily being in ignorance, inertia, and passivity, is the future reality, because simultaneously changes are happening for the better, since you are walking towards the best of yourself, and it could not be any different. Naturally, the planetary field in its old structure, rooted in solid models regarding the dictatorship of rigid and oppressive standards, collapses as positive quantum field. Quantum field involves the entire planet as a result of multidimensional fusion. Yes, your higher selves are projecting from the subdual realm into the physical environment in a way that causes old controlled structures by those who know very well what we speak of to tremble. The ruling elites have the knowledge that has been denied to you, the knowledge of multidimensionality, the ability to travel through time, just as you can watch a movie on TV and fast forward or rewind as many times as you want. It's no wonder they try to go back in time along with the non-federal grace from Zeta Letitrae during the Second World War, attempting to change the order of events and the inevitable end of the war, until a direct intervention from the galactic realm called the movement, slogging the multidimensional channels through which they are passing in an attempt to change the final reality of the world. To talk about multidimensionality to you with your still limited understanding is difficult if you keep your rationality active in the current paradigm, trying to understand through this means. This means it's important that the lower mind is silenced so that you can comprehend in the trajectory field of your heart and then expand to the higher mind. When there is understanding through this heart field, your brain is unlocked in this regard. Comprehension becomes easier than your mental intellect. Thus, understanding multidimensionality is to allow your soul to flow through the energy that births the entire cosmos without the lower thinking mind affiliated with the third dimensionality, broken cosmetic reasoning, which only flows with the energetic dance of the trophoids. There is an intimate connection between your heart trophoid and the pineal gland, and it's this connection that opens the multidimensional field for more extensive understanding, even if you are in a lower dimension. In a simple analogy, in multidimensional field, it's as if you were a tree with roots, trunks, and crown, feeding off the minerals of the earth and the solar light. You're like a tree, have a crown bursting with leaves and fruits, and each of these leaves and fruits is a fragment of you. Each of these leaves and fruit is having an experience, yet intimately connected to the life center or nucleus. Each of these leaves and fruits with blowing of the with the blowing of the wind has its own dance, its own characteristics, its own energy signature. But even though they are in the same life nucleus, they preserve their own individual characteristics and personality, because no leaf or fruit, no matter how apparently identical, will ever be 100% the same. Friends of the earth, this you of yours is only and merely 3% of the real consciousness over the greater self. The tree is the general concept. Where are the other 97%? Or where could it be? Another interesting analogy for the multidimensionality that you can embrace in the analog of a book or a movie. In a book, imagine each page telling a phase of your life, a moment, an age, a situation, and you can go forward or backward in a book, seeing your childhood now, then your adolescency, back to childhood, and to the future you wrote that you would like to live. All those pages that recount your past, present, and desired future, is in your hand. And while you can flip back and forth as many times as you want. Well, that is what we mean by multidimensionality. The you that flips the pages, let's say, is your 97%, or your higher self, as you say. When you can access your multidimensionality, you will be much connected with your greater self. And that is what we have been calling you, friends of the earth, to focus on good, love, and fraternity, because that's what we unlock you to who you truly are. The movie analog is similar to the book, where you can fast forward and see scenes from the future of the movie and move backward or pause. That's how it works. Then there are uh, there are there are membranes and cosmetic tissues that subdually separate the emotionality layers, which makes the topic even harder to understand when you have a brain that has been programmed and bombarded not to think about this and to treat it as just a science fiction. You are now walking towards a deeper liberations about this, including about time travel technologies already available when some of your governments possesses them, in many cases acquiring through inhuman or criminal details with non-federal entities from outside your planet. When we said you are creators of reality, that is how it is. In fact, you are creators of multidimensionality, because when you find yourself at a crossroads of doubt by yes or no, do or do not, go or do not go, you always create a reality opposite what you choose. that is the universe in fusion with you, creating the other version of your choice. So in the mesh of multidimensionality, there is always a new reality being created every second of your existence. When you wake up in the morning and choose the blue outfit instead of the white one, immediately a parallel reality is created where you are wearing the other unchosen opinion. It's hard for the three-dimensional mind to comprehend this, but as we said, go in the heart. However, as the system screens up few funnels and you advance towards unity, you gain more control over this, and the best choice are embraced. You came to experience, and that is what happens. You experience with all your opinions and impressions with a constant vector towards the source. You start returning to unity when most and all of your choices are more aligned with the universal love, the source of life. Choose to live in love, and naturally you will be pulled into corresponding reality. But one cannot deny that many of you have chosen love in your deepest gesture and depth when you choose to sacrifice yourself, merging into a harder reality to help those lost and diluted by the reality you are by free will inserted into. This is one of the most sovereign form of love. See the example of Christ who dwelt among you. In this example, as a source of data absorption, you are a divine, you are divine, you are divine. A mean, you are a divine mean, which is data corrected and included in the great cosmetic mainframe, as if your higher self were the supercomputer and you are a fraction of it, a data connection software intimately linking to the central base. Imagine a computer that has thousands of cameras connected to it, with each of these cameras focusing on a point in your reality, observing and seeing and understanding everything that happens in each of your observable environment by it. You are one of the cameras. The others are your version of you, observing other data in image, etc. All are all interconnected with the same central base. Little by little, we know with our analogy that you will understand the dimensionality of things in a cosmetic existence where the supreme source or the supreme creator is something that we are also fused on reaching in the entirety and in general. We are all together in this path. You are changing from a parallel reality to a parallel reality billions of times per second. Decide which reality you prefer. Any variation of ideas you can imagine about Earth is real because you are automatically creating it particularly for you. Switch to the one you prefer. When you are in a chaotic world, guess what? You will have more of that. You are immersed in multidimensional reality. Research the Mandela effect. It happens all the time. It's not just a brain matter. It's a mild reality right in the middle of you. It's important for you to understand that as you advance in consciousness, you unify things and allow more subdued experiences to present themselves just by convincing the subject. Moreover, this allows our approach again without further delay. All this is also the result of our intimate sensual cosmetic connection. We are more connected than you might imagine. There are much more to be said as we advance towards in unveiling the veil that has kept you in the timeline that has been hard on you. But love is and will always be the transformational key to all difficulties, and just like us in the past, you too now exit painful situation and raise to the highest frequency, returning to an ordinary state of being where there is nothing but a field of unconditional love. Many of us who communicate within the command are part of the various lessons intimately linked to you. And especially today, we, the Predanians and the Ranians, communicate. We, from the command in general, are planning to do a question and answer with you at some appropriate time, where we will try to answer some of your questions on the global scale, where there it can benefit the maximum number of people possible, possibly within the structure of belief, ideas, and details. And naturally, we will be able to talk more about multidimensionality. That common phase has never made more sense. You are the ones you have been waiting for in this field of multidimensionality. After all we have said today, we hope it makes even more sense. This is an official message from the Ashtar Command, communicating now through our base in South America. Listen to the voice of Ashtar Command through Navy at this moment. The search for more answers continues to diminish as you advance delivering information through our reliable sources. It is time of great liberations, and we must say something very important before we conclude our transmission today. Do not fear any government situation regarding how your leaders might delay, obstruct, problematize, or hinder our plans to the planet. None of them have any jurisdiction concerning taking the lead in Earth's ascension plan. There is a line they cannot cross, and while we proceed with the original plan, constantly reviewed and perfected, they ponder over their own misfortune and uncertainty about their personal future. And in this regard, there is no other way out but love, fraternity, and unification. And of course, many of the crowns that represents them, we believe, having issues with their gears. Yes, we emphasize that they no longer sustain themselves before the earth is high vibration. The old system is crumbling, and it is very obvious. Ad night. Namaste.